Hello, DGEMs. Welcome to another DGEM Radio, as always with my co-host and crypto analyst, Thiago Vilela, where we interview and discuss with the best names in crypto. Today, we have a very special guest, Thade, founder of Primates Community. And thank you very much for being here, Thade. So can you give us a brief introduction about you, your background, and how did you get into crypto? Thank you, Thade, for here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So my background, okay, I got into crypto in pretty late in 2021. I started off actually with, just seeing people posting about Doge and stuff like that, and so that was my first coin that I actually bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I really got into NFT. That was back in April of 2021. Then I got into NFTs after seeing influencers talking about CryptoPunks, and they went up a lot back in summer of 2021. So I got into NFTs around June, and at that point I had bought 5 ETH at the time. I think it was around like 15 to 17K around that time, for 5 ETH, and then I actually had it staked on Crypto.com, which was which thinking back now, it was good for me because I probably would have ended up losing that ETH somehow. I don't know. But I had locked it up for 3 months, and then when it finally unlocked in August, I was able to transfer it over to my MetaMask, and from there, like, I just made a killing in NFTs in 2021.
Oh,
And then
nice.
That's cool. Yeah,
um
that
yeah, and then in 2022 it started going downhill. When NFTs kind of
like
died
everybody.
down. Yeah, NFTs died down, the bear market came in. um yeah, and then end of 2022 started up Primapes. I got into like Arbitrum, like the Arbitrum ecosystem and stuff, in June or July of 2022. Like when the bear market, fully hit, when everything was going down, and I never traded perps before, so I tried GMX, and then ever since then I've just been on Arbitrum
It's cool.
doing DeFi stuff. So
Yeah, so you kind of got attracted to Arbitrum because of like GMX.
yeah, because I wanted to try. I never traded before, so I wanted to get into like trying to short ETH, and swing trade and whatnot. And I got wiped out. I got liquidated one too many times, because back then I'd rather, I don't know, I was just stubborn. Instead of setting a stop loss, or a mental stop loss, I would just rather
Yeah.
I
get
can feel that.
liquidated for some
I
reason.
can feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know like exactly what you're talking about, man. I'm just like a terrible like perps trader. I don't know why I insist in doing that sometimes.
Yeah, I had to.
Most of the
I
time.
completely stopped because I'm just stubborn, and I don't want to see like it going past my stop loss, or hitting my stop loss and then it going back up. So I just,
Oh
you know,
yeah, I use it like fun money. Like I put like to like $100 and 50 $100 and like be like pressing buttons sometimes, but just
mhm.
like just out of fun. So yeah. But one thing that I'd like to comment, like when you said about the GMX, it's funny how like one single app can like attract so many users to one chain. Like that's like pretty interesting, and like seeing you and so many people that like got into Arbitrum and still there because of like GMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, GMX is. I think a lot of people probably got into Arbitrum because of GMX, just wanting to try it out, and then you learn about GLP, and how they pay you ETH for providing liquidity, and it's been holding up. Like, GLP has obviously been holding up really well. Yeah, I think probably most people got into Arbitrum, if not for because of small brains and magic, probably because of GMX.
Yeah, agree. I think that too. Uh, so you're not using Hyperliquid, right?
Oh man, I took my first trade on there, hit the stop loss. I was copying scalps from
Yeah,
Primapes,
yeah, I
and
know.
then yeah, and then the second trade, I think I longed ARB when it was like 90 something cents, and I put too high leverage and it hit my stop loss. But it actually would have been a good trade if it didn't hit the stop loss.
Yeah, I love that platform. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Uh, so, Tate, can you give us like a brief overview like about Primates now, and like how you come with the idea to create this? Like, I've been a member for like a couple of months, I guess. I've been contributing to with you guys for a month, and like I really enjoy the community and how you like organize the stuff, and like dude, I think like it's great community. So how did you come up with all that?
Yeah, so originally it was I've always wanted to do like an NFT project.
Mhm.
My brother and I actually back, I'd say like middle of 2022, we were going to do or trying to do a project based off of NFT worlds. It was like Minecraft for NFTs. But obviously they died with Microsoft pretty much saying they don't want any affiliation with NFTs and stuff. So I just got bored and I started doing like this art, like pixel art on the side. And so I don't know if you guys are aware, but Primapes art is actually it utilizes Commoners. Commoners is another NFT project. They're CC0. So we utilized their art, and then I just took inspiration from CyberKong's traits.
Yeah, cyberkongs. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was.
yeah, and I put them onto the Commoners ape model. But yeah, so pretty much when I went over to like started using Arbitrum, I kind of gained a few thousand followers, and then I noticed people were following me, for alpha, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Were you a
I
trader?
no, not really. I personally don't like writing threads, to be honest. Like, unless I'm really interested in the protocol, then and I want to look into it, and there's stuff that I want to share share to people, and I think it's something they should know, then I'll create a thread. But yeah, so I put out a tweet. I think it was like around October or something of 2022, and just asking if people wanted to join like a Discord server I created to share alpha and whatnot. And surprisingly, I didn't expect it to gain so much traction, but there was like a lot of people that wanted to join the server. I think we got like a few hundred people in the first couple of days. So I had already made like the art for this. I was going to just drop it. There's like a website called bueno.art, where you can create collections on there, and you can, just people can mint from Bueno.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, so I already had the art created, and so I decided to just token gate the server and give the active people on there free mint, and I'll make it reasonably cheap. It was like 0.03, and at the time I think ETH was like, I don't know, around 1200, 1300 maybe.
Interesting.
Mhm.
um
Like what, point 0.3 or 0.03?
0.033 ETH.
Oh,
So
it
Wow.
was
I
like
think at the time
free,
it was like
basically.
less than $40 or something, 30 something. So yeah, that's how I came up with the idea, just to token gate it, because I already had the Discord server created from the NFT project that my brother and I wanted to launch. So I just kind of like renamed it and added more channels.
Yes.
And yeah, and then that's pretty much how Primate started.
It's
That's one
cool.
of the questions I have, Tate, is that, for example, to create like a token gated experience project, I see it's kind of better way, it's a better model with using NFTs. Otherwise, using like a fungible token that people like, it's more concentrated. People just use as liquidity, and they forget. I think with NFTs, you have this strong belief, like part of something, identity in a community, and you want to be part. What do you think about that, Tate? Do you think it's a strong value, the idea of identity?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think me coming from a heavy NFT background, Um, I think it was a no-brainer for me. At least I personally don't have any experience with launching a token. But yeah, I mean, I never even, thought about launching a token. For me, the NFT is just an easy way to token gate something. If you hold the NFT, then you get access to this. If you want to sell it after you get profit and you feel like you're not gaining any value from the community, then feel free. Um, that way you don't have to buy a fungible token. It goes up in price. People, feel obligated to sell when they're in profit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or maybe people,
Even for
they,
treasury management, like
yeah,
some
for sure.
cases like insane.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even sell out. I think we minted like 800 something, and then we minted up to 1,007 NFTs, and I think the treasury has a little over 200 PRIMAPEs in there. That we eventually plan to sell like over the counter to people that want to get in, but we're just waiting for the price to go up a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, our treasury, I think it started out with, I think around 15 ETH or so, and now it is up to, I'd say, how much do we have in there right now?
I think there is the D Bank. D Bank has a good visualization. Their scam sometimes is like not the best.
Yeah,
Okay,
DBank is
that's a
definitely
link to
better.
the.
So I think
Yeah,
there's
That's
like
a link.
23 ETH in there, but we also are LPing, to pay our researchers and whatnot. So just looking at the DBank, there's like 84K in there. So it's grown a lot, but that's mainly, I'd say, from royalties. I think we've had some decent volume. We actually went up to close to a 1 ETH floor at one point.
yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
visualization here. Yeah, yeah.
I bought like the NFT, the price was like fell to point. I think I paid like 0.38 ETH, and like the next it was on Sunday nights, and the next day like when I check it, somebody had swiped the floor if I recall correctly, and like the floor spiked to 0.7 ETH.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean right now like NFTs are going through a tough time. And then
Yeah.
especially on Arbitrum, there really isn't much NFT volume on there. But hopefully with the utility that we're trying to provide and the opportunities, hopefully we'll get some more volume, at least for Primates.
yeah, probably will. Like when the markets get hot, like I'm pretty sure that like a lot of people who want to join like the Primates community.
Yeah.
Uh, like it's like it feels like everything went like some kind of natural for you, like when building the community. Start like a hobby, and like then you're just talking gated, and then start to escalating. Like what were like the big challenges that you have like when starting to turn it into a business more than a hobby?
Yeah, I mean, I never really, expected Primates to become as big as it is.
Mhm.
And we're still relatively small, but I never really expected it to do what we're doing now. I always just wanted it to be, just like an alpha chat for people to, try to stay active in and share stuff. And then, I always wanted to, for the treasury, I wanted to try to, provide some real yield for the primate holders. But now it's kind of just shifted towards like research, and I don't really want people, because people are contributing with their research and whatnot. Whether it's like the alpha reports after you've done Tiago, the like threads and AMAs. I don't want people to do that for free, because I wouldn't do it for free.
Yeah.
So I've try to focus on using those treasury funds to just try to keep growing the treasury, but also pay people for their contributions. Um, so I think the as far as growing the community, I think I've always, like in terms of a community manager, I think it's been kind of natural for me. But for the business standpoint, I've never done anything like this before, so I'm still like learning, going like along the way. So, like for example, our first couple of like ambassador deals, we were, or I accepted a deal where we get vested tokens, and I said that 100% of the tokens would go to the treasury. And so I'm creating, me personally, I'm creating these threads and whatnot, and they're just the tokens. They're vested, obviously, but they're going to the treasury, and on top of that, the token is just declining in price. So, so now for future deals, like we want to assign a researcher, people with a researcher role to that specific protocol. We ask for some USDC up front, and then however many vested tokens they want to offer, that goes to the treasury so that we can grow the treasury. And then, if the token's good, hopefully when those tokens are done vesting, we'll have a nice amount in the treasury. And that way we get the USDC up front, and we can pay the researcher that's assigned to that protocol, like however much USDC per piece of content for usually the deal would last however long the tokens are being vested for. So usually like a year. And they usually require like, I don't know, 1 to 2 threads or 1 to 2 pieces of content a month. And then that way, the researcher is being paid for the contributions and also keeps them motivated to continue creating content instead of, getting these vested tokens that might not be doing well. And then they also have to wait for them to vest. So I think that's one of the, the good things that I've started doing in regards to the partnerships and stuff.
I think this generates like a positive flywheel for like contributors in like the DAO, create like a good synergy around that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think like being contributing, I didn't get any ambassador like tries to write about projects that we got like partnerships, but like even for the project I like I feel like it's a good project. I wanna write about it, and like I think it's a pretty good model. Like I'd like to contribute like in this model like that you're doing. Um, yeah, grabbing a hook like from what you're saying about ambassadorships. Like I would ask, how did you when you how do you know like when it's time to like turn down like a shitty project like you tweeted like a few days ago like damn like this shitty project like Rug tried to pay me some money to shield it and I ain't doing that and like when the project is like it's not like that clear Rug, how do you like filter it to see if like it is a good is bad can be shady like is that like more natural or something like you do some like
Yeah, I mean, for the one that usually I would go to, I have like the Primate Cartel. Those people with the
yeah.
Primate Cartel, where I pass everything through them first before I do anything, get their opinions on stuff. But for that one that you're talking about, I mean, it was just a no brainer for me to turn them down. Just looking at their docs and their website, it pretty much was just like a yield farm. Like you provide liquidity, and then they just overpay you with their own token. Um, so yeah, pretty much for that one, it was simple for me. But I mean, in terms of turning them down, um, if it doesn't look interesting, if it just looks like a recycled fork, it's pretty easy to turn them down. But if they are, if they're, I mean, we're not turning down every fork, but if it looks original and they're trying to build something new, and it looks like a good
Mhm.
opportunity, then we'll definitely go for it.
Got it. Um,
Yeah, so one question we have here to Tade is, for example, I'm part of like a DAO too. For example, this PFP that I'm holding is Aster Degens. They have like some governance power too, and which is very interesting because to maintain like a community engaged with ambassadors or people that are contributing for the DAO, you need people need to go to your community and see if there's a value in terms of tools and things that they can, for example, find alphas and be different in this market. Can you give us like some tools that if you join this community like the Primapes, the users can have like an edge in this market? For example, the Ape GPT or the whale wallets, the alpha calls. uh, what is the perfect thing for you that the primates provide for the community?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is just the community, where we have active people in there always sharing their opinions and talking about stuff. But aside from the community, we do have other tools. We try to, like, the people in the Primate Cartel, they have access to the alpha calls channel. If they think something is alpha, then they can ping like the alpha pings role, and then post it in the alpha calls. We have like meme coin callers, people that specialize in making profits on meme coins. Um, we have tools like Ape GPT, like you said, which is similar to what's called Maestro. It's like a Telegram bot, but we have it on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can pretty much put a contract uh, address into our Discord, and Ape GPT will pop up. It'll give you a summarization of if it's a honeypot, they'll give you like the market cap and whatnot, how much liquidity is in there, and then you have the option. You can actually create a wallet with Ape GPT, or you can put in a private key to one of your burner wallets. You fund it, and you can actually buy tokens from inside the Discord. You can buy and sell. But that's still in beta. We do want to put that into like a public beta eventually, and then start charging like a small fee similar to Unibot or Maestro. We do have, just going down the list, we have a bot that tracks the top traders on GMX whenever they open or close a position or update. But to be honest, I don't think that's getting that much use. I think people just use it to gauge like sentiment or whatnot. We have another bot that it's called Volatility IQ. It's like a Bitcoin algorithm trading bot that gives us a signal when to long or short. Wallet trackers and stuff like that. But I think the main thing to get from Primapes is just the community and what people are sharing in there. There's always like some good opinions, and you can find stuff early.
Yeah, sharing knowledge and good tools. Now.
Yeah,
It's the real alpha, right? Like
yeah.
the community is the real alpha. So yeah, I like follow me along with it. So uh, how like are you thinking like in ways like to in some like more ways like to bring more stuff to the community right now, because like everything there is like pretty robust and like new, right? You started in January, like you said.
We minted in first week of December.
Same. So yeah, so like it's a kind of new community, and like we have a lot of tools, and like the server is like pretty robust. So and you like brought us like the Primates Capital thing, like that I like. I love the idea.
Mhm.
So do you are you planning on like new stuff to bring there, like for another ways to like to not say monetize, but like not like that, like to like bring more tools? Are you thinking about this right now? And like, can you elaborate a little bit about like the Primates Capital thing?
Yeah. So in regards to tools, if people have any suggestions, or if you are a person that can create tools and you're inside, you're in the DAO, you own a Primate, you can reach out to me, and we'll obviously compensate you from the treasury to to help build tools. Or if you have suggestions, we can see if our people that create bots can build those tools for us. Like Spadefish or Glitch are the people that create our bots for us. Um, yeah, whatever tools we can try to implement into the server. Um, and as far as like other utility, I've always wanted to eventually do real yield for Primates holders, or like if you stake or if you're active in the Discord, in the community, just provide real yield for you somehow. The treasury hasn't, it's not as big, or it's not growing as fast as I'd like it to be able to do that. So right now we're just focusing on, trying to build out that treasury and also rewarding the contributors, pretty much. But yeah, as far as Primates Capital, there's another guy's name is Lord Wadsworth, and he's in Primates. He's actually the one that's conducting our airdrop farm service as well.
Mm, yeah.
Um, but yeah, he's in other groups, and he got us the partnership with the VC firm. So we set up a call with the VC firm, and they're allowing our community to take part in their deals. So pretty much for the VC deals, what it is, it's seed rounds for these companies that are trying to raise millions of dollars, and their valuation is at, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 100 mil or 200 mil, and just getting these seed rounds that we normally wouldn't be able to get into, like alongside different VC firms like A16Z, Spartan, Binance Labs, Coinbase, and other VCs like that. Like, I'm just looking at the deals that we have available to us, and I'm looking at the investors in there, and they're like big names in there that So without this partnership with the VC that we have, we for sure wouldn't be able to get in any of these types of deals.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's pretty close in market, right? For like us, like regular citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, are you guys still having the airdrop farm service? I thought it was shut down. I didn't know it was working still.
Yes, I mean we did. I think we did the first raise for it or whatever. I think it was, I believe, $57 per wallet, I think. But this was right before meme coin season went off with Pepe and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
gas fees were insane. And on ZK Sync, I think he was saying like for a swap, it was like $40 or something on ZK Sync, which is the airdrop that we are trying to farm. So he actually just finished up the farming. Yeah, I think it was last week or this week. So I'm just waiting for him to give me, because Lord Wadsworth, he's still actually, he has a job and he's busy. IRL, he has a family.
Mm-hmm.
So just waiting for him to give me the green light to do another raise again. But yeah, I think it's like $57 per wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we can do that at least once a month or once every other month or something.
Yeah, that's good. Uh, so, uh, about like the you said like you guys like you try to grow the treasury, but like it's not growing as fast as you'd like. Of course, like the markets are like choppy in like every low liquidity, so every other good or bad news like moves the market, and like people who try to actually trade in these kind of markets normally get burned. So the treasury is farming some real yield. It's cool, but like with a cool choppy markets, like normally like the yield ain't like that like that good of in yield. Let's say like that. So do you planning on do some like more stuff like you did with the Kinanas? Like I wasn't in the community in the beginning, so I don't know why did you raise that? If it was like a kind of a marketing like gig, something like that. And like, do you plan to do like more stuff with the Kinanas or some the another things like similar to it, so you can like grow the treasury a little bit more?
Yeah, so Key Nanas originally was to get people access to our server. So, people that didn't own a Primape or didn't, want to invest that much into a Primape would be able to mint a Key Nana, and they would get access to our server for 1 week per Key Nana. So the way it worked is, say you have one of the Key Nanas, you can actually peel it. Like if you click that icon there. I don't know if the page still works actually, but we might have taken it down. But yeah, you can peel the Keenana, and then it would give you access to our server for 1 week, and that utility lasted for 1 month. So just, I think it was May, the month of May. And then after the month of May, and hopefully that would either get people to buy a Primape if they enjoy their time in the server. Um, I also tease like future utility for the Kinanas, which was just scrolling up here. So tier 3 is 1 to 4 Kinanas. You have access to the Kinana holders chats. 5 to 9 Kinanas gives you access to the chats, giveaways, and the copy trading, the scalps copy trading. And then 10 or more gives you access to all of those, plus the private sales and the VC deals. So that's the main utility for Kinanas right now. But as far as the future utility, I did want to try doing like an airdrop farming for Kinana holders. I don't know if it's going to be per Kinana or per holder. Yeah, we were talking with Wadsworth about potentially doing a farming service for Kinana holders as well. And then as time goes on and things progress, there will be more utility for it. But other than the airdrop farm service, I don't have anything else planned.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. What about like new NFTs, like to give like levels, like something similar to that Kinonas, but like here in Brazil, like a lot of products. I don't know how it works like in other countries, but like here, like there's a lot of people like who sells communities and products, and like they put levels and like you pay like $20, you get access to level 1 to 3, like $50, and here it goes like 3, 4, 5 levels. Do you think about like doing like another NFT, like some could be like some uh, accessories like to primates, like skins, something like that, to add primates, and he would could like something like that. I just like that's rambling about it. This
Yeah.
falling right now.
Nothing planned at the moment. I mean, I don't want it to seem like it, we're just trying to do a cash grab or whatever. I just want, primate holders to have access to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can add stuff in the future for Keenana holders if they, if the floor price for a primate gets too high or whatever, people can't afford access. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I don't know if you're aware of Puff DAO.
Of that, no, I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're pretty much just launching a new NFT project every couple of weeks, and I don't want it to come off as like we're, just trying to
Yes.
do cash grabs and whatnot. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
we
it.
had recently the problem with Fazuki. I know it's not related to investment, but
yeah,
when you create another NFT, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're devaluing me because you just want to raise more money and cash grab." So the crypto natives are gonna say that they are betrayed in some way, you know.
yeah. I mean, in regards to Azuki, I used to own an Azuki. So when that whole Zagabond FUD happened last year, I actually bought one around 9 ETH, I think. Um, But as far as like NFTs, like there isn't much that they can do to give
Yeah,
value
there's no
back to
way to make
holders.
income. Yeah.
Yeah, and other than launching more NFTs, there isn't much that they can do unless they start um like revenue sharing, which I'm not sure what the legal stuff for that would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, other than like dilution, there isn't much that they would be able to do to give back to holders and add value. But I think the problem with what they did is the art is just too similar with the elementals
Yeah.
and the original.
Yeah, it was like just different clothes.
Yeah, I
Same
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they're,
concept.
they're they're pretty much the same thing with just different traits, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it was a
Yeah,
meme almost, you know. It was so pretty clear
yeah,
that it was a copy.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty ridiculous. I mean, like the
Yeah.
trailer that they showed was cool. I was hoping like the art would be similar to that and different from like the original art, but it was it was pretty stupid, to be honest. A stupid decision on their end.
yeah, I agree. I'm not an NFT guy, but like I want to see that. Like you see, like the whole city talking about that. You say like, yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't a good decision.
Yeah.
Uh, so, uh, Gustavo, do you want to ask something? Okay. Mhm.
No, I think
Yep.
we We
Yeah,
talk almost everything, but do you think it's good right now, Thiago, to talk a little bit about alpha or?
yeah. I think like I have a question like that's pretty interesting to that's like I get pretty intrigued with like how is everything going like with crypto and like traditional uh, institutions coming to crypto and like
Yeah.
how this intersection will happen and like I want to know like the challenges the which challenges do you envision like for crypto community to thrive like in the long run like things like 2, 3, 4 years something like that like as Web2 companies, Web2 providers are coming, like institutions are coming, and like things start to get like a little slower and like a little more similar to like the traditional finance and the traditional internet companies. So in the getting like some kind of higher bar, like it's gonna be hard to get alpha in like the quality bar will you rise to, and like which like challenge do you envision like for primates and like for new communities to come to that like that will face like when competition like more and more people are getting into the industry and trying to compete and trying to get market share and trying to turn like more things like straightforward business, not as much as communities as we have in Web3 right now.
Um, I mean, when especially like in a bull run, there's going to be a lot more people coming over and transacting on chain and whatnot. Um, I think right now you should be trying to grow your business or community as best as you can while things are slow. Um, and I mean, I could speak for myself for Primates. I think what we're trying to do now is just grow the community, um, and hopefully, by the time it comes to a bull run and there's all these institutions and businesses, we're positioned to take profits at that point. Hopefully, I think the best thing to do right now is just stack ETH or Bitcoin, and maybe a few alts that you really believe in. I think hopefully GMX does well. I really like Grail from Camelot. Yeah, just try to find the tokens that you think will last long and have good value. Besides ETH and Bitcoin, obviously. Um, and then on the business side for Primates, I just want to hopefully like we continue getting these ambassador deals and whatnot, and the tokens that we have in the treasury um, do well over the next however long, and our treasury grows to a nice a nice amount, so that way we can continue paying contributors, get people on like a payroll, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't come from any type of finance or business background, so it's hard to really answer and dig into your question, to be honest.
Oh, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. Like we're not from finance or business background either. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a civil engineer, like in graduation, and Gustavo is a data analyst. So yeah, we aren't like the traditional finance or like business guys. Just like wanted to hear like your vision,
Yeah.
like as a community creator, and like it's not a business, but it's kind of a business, right?
Yeah, I mean, eventually I obviously want to get paid by doing this. I want to help people that are contributing and uh, being active. I want to get them paid as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can like turn like a research team into get them paid like weekly or bi-weekly or stuff like that.
I would really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
uh,
mean, I see this problem too, Tiago, is that I have some experience in other DAOs too, is this mix between what is the traditional way of job and the way the Web3 is trying to create. Like people, they want like this fixed income that the traditional way gives you. But when you go to a DAO, people don't understand that you need to provide value first, and you need to go every single day there, and then maybe you can make some money, or there's some proposals or even grants. That's the problem, I think, Tate, is that people that join Web3, they think it's just a new version of Web2, but it's not like that. Like, what do you think about this, Tate?
Yeah, I think the way crypto is right now, and with NFTs as well, people just want a profit right away.
Yeah,
I think the best way to start a DAO is just to get people contributing first, without any payments or anything. And then hopefully, as you guys grow, you'll be able to start paying people. So the best way, pretty much, is to organically build your community. Just people that are hungry and they want to, contribute. And then eventually, if you guys are successful at what you guys are doing, then hopefully people will start getting paid.
yeah.
Yeah,
I see even
I,
like layer one protocols, they're trying to focus on this, is that in a new way of rewarding the best communities or even the best contracts. Like I think Phantom is doing that like right now. Aster, there's even Canto, I think on EVM, on Cosmos. Is that the biggest problem I see in most of DAOs and Web3 is that they don't have like a real income like going. But if the layer one provides some new form and new way of income to these projects and all these dApps, it will be interesting as a diversified way to make money, as a community as a whole. What do you think about that, Tate?
Yeah, yeah. I think I remember something about like Harmony One. They were doing a bunch of grants to just whoever, pretty much. I remember seeing a couple of DAOs that eventually, just ended up rugging or running with the money.
Yeah,
They were granted like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands or $1 million from the Harmony One Foundation. I remember
yeah,
seeing something like that. I think it's that is very good to do, obviously, to get get more people building on your chain or whatever, and building a community and getting more people to get over to your chain. But you just have to they have to be sure that they're giving money to the right people. um,
yeah,
I think for ARB, their DAO, like people that they gave ARB tokens to, I'm pretty sure they only gave them to protocols that have tokens. Um,
yeah,
so no NFTs or no DAOs without tokens. Um, so yeah, I was kind of bummed for that. But I mean, for Primates, I honestly wasn't expecting any allocation, just because we were, we haven't been around for that long. But I did think that like Small Brains or like GMX Blueberries, their team should have received like some kind of allocation, just because they've been on Arbitrum for so long. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they only gave ARB allocations just to teams with tokens.
yeah, if I recall correctly, they only did to them. Yeah, I think like GMX, Blueberry, and Small Brain should get it too. Yes, like you said, like a lot of people came to Arbitrum like because of like Small Brains and like
Yeah.
some NFT game projects on the Magic ecosystem. Like a friend of us, like we were at the live stream like Wednesday, and he said like he joined like the Arbiter ecosystem because of the beacons. He started to play the beacons. He's a
Hmm.
rough gamer, right? He started to play the beacons, and then like he went to he fell on the rabbit hole for the whole ecosystem. So yeah, I think like
Yeah, no, that's how I
those
found out about Arbitrum, is Small Brains,
small
because
brains.
they were going crazy back in October 2021.
I
I think
remember.
Yeah, I think they went to like a 5 ETH floor at one point, and I was like getting real FOMO. Like
damn,
after seeing them, I didn't see them mint for free, but I saw them like under point 0.1 ETH, and then seeing them go up to 5 ETH, and like wondering how to bridge over to Arbitrum and whatnot. That's how I found out about Arbitrum.
Oh, nice. I bought. I bought my. Do you have any small brain? Is that could be
Yeah,
answered?
I do have one. I got one last summer, I think.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
bought mine.
they were pretty cheap. I think Magic was like 30 cents or something.
Oh yeah, it's basically free. So
Yeah.
yeah, mine was a little bit more expensive, but like was pretty cheap. I got one like mine was on floor one, and I got like for 69 Magic, I think. Like when Magic had that flash crash in April, if I recall correctly, and
Uh-huh.
then went like to 80 cents. So I scooped some Magic and got mine. I wanted to buy a small breed for a long time too. Um, Seems like we're talking about chains and like Primape's. It's called like the Arbitrum Alpha Hub. Like most of activity today, like in the stuff, is happening on Arbitrum. Like all the attention, like the money, every project wants to play there. Like, do you feel like s- w- we like as a community should like start to looking more into like other chains, or you think it's still not time to it right now?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like alpha being shared, we're not limited to Arbitrum.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure like most of the projects that we're partnered with or ambassadors for are on Arbitrum though.
Mm.
I would say most of, for me personally, the stuff I look at is on Arbitrum, but I do have funds on ETH mainnet just to, just in case there are tokens that I want to buy over there, because I would say, obviously majority of the volume is going to be on ETH mainnet,
Yeah.
but there are, I'd say, most interesting protocols, DeFi protocols launching are on L2s
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Arbitrum specifically. Um, but yeah, I mean, in terms of alpha being shared in the Discord, we're not only limited to Arbitrum.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, I think like we're like good. So we have like a tradition here. Every time we guest comes, we do like so we ask them to share some alpha, like on yeah on anything. It can be like it doesn't need to be about specific token, about specific project, anything like I would like to ask you if you like you would be starting over like in crypto, like how do you do it, and share some like alpha for our listeners.
oh, sorry. Yeah. So I mean, so for me, when I got started in crypto, what I did was I was very naive with crypto, and I obviously didn't know much, right? So I actually took half of my 401k and I bought ETH with it because I really believed that it would go to 8 to 10k in that year. So so I bought 5 ETH, and then luckily I got really lucky with NFTs. So what I would change with after that is, obviously I would have, thinking back now, I could have made, I don't know, like millions of dollars if I had made the right trades. Um, and then,
Everybody.
yeah, obviously I got into ohm forks and DeFi stuff like that. I think you just need to be weary of, the obvious Ponzi schemes. You're not going to live off of passive income from these, infinite
Fake
supply.
us.
Yeah, this infinite supply
Yeah,
dilution tokens.
Ponzinomics. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're past that now. But I thought that I was going to be living off of like passive income from ohm forks my whole life, and it's fucking strong nodes. So yeah, just watch out for the Ponzinomics. Make sure to take profit, and whenever if you have 2x, obviously take your initial out at least. Um, be sure to take profits, and I think that what I had something I had in mind to say, but yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Maybe being very active on Twitter, and other
Yeah,
social
for
media
sure.
to,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely need to be do your due diligence on Twitter, and try to find a community that you think you can benefit from and also provide value to.
Yeah.
I think with for NFTs, especially right now, it's pretty much just people trading ETH with each other, and then somebody gets left holding it back. So don't really, especially with new NFTs coming out, um, don't hold too too long unless you actually want to be a community member and you really like the community. Or and if they provide value to you and you're able to you've made enough money from that value to pay for the NFT, then hold it. But I think if you're up, definitely take profits, because right now it's very PvP. um so yeah, just don't be afraid to take profits. And then also for some alpha for Primates, I think the VC deal that the VC partnership that we have is pretty big. We're giving There's opportunity here to invest alongside other VCs. So if you have a long-term investment horizon or whatever, and you're okay with holding stuff, investing in stuff for the long term, I think you should definitely, if you can't afford or you don't want to invest that much into a primate, like right now, key nanas are like $10 or something like that, or $9 or something. You can buy 10 of those and you'll have access to Primape's capital. So
Yeah, guys, go check it out. It is real worth it. Yeah, I think I wouldn't sell my private for 2, 3, or 4 ETH or something like that, because it's really worth it. That's not just saying that because I'm stayed here, but I really enjoy that. I show it to Gustavo all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna buy for sure, because it's so difficult to find real communities in crypto that provide value, and what I am seeing with primates is for sure it give us exactly that.
yeah, I think
yeah,
like right now it's been kind of quiet in there, in terms of like the activity. I mean, it's still pretty active, um, but definitely not as active as when the market's fun. So
yeah. Now it's everybody people leave CT and the community people stop paying attention in crypto in general, and even the opportunities like you said earlier, Tate, the market's too PvP right now. So and, we don't want to trade against Andrew Kane or Arthur Hayes all the time. So
mhm.
I
Yeah.
think it's the best time to get study and learn new stuff. I think this bear market
Yeah,
times are good for that. Yeah,
So I
uh,
think that's it. Tate,
yeah,
thank you very much, Tate.
yeah.
And
Thanks for having me.
yeah. Thanks, Tate, for joining us. Really enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it as well. Thank you.
yeah, incredible vision, like to manage like a DAO in crypto. It's something that it gives needs a lot of effort, and need to study this market like Thiago said, is it's so volatile. There's so many things that you need to find out, like tools, the best wallets, and then you need to find the best communities like Primate. So thank you very much for being here to show all your alpha and knowledge in this sector.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.